Hola and welcome to ProSpanish. So deep processing, i.e. language that sticks and builds up to fluency, is a feature of my teaching, of ProSpanish's teaching. I won't go into too much detail because this is best understood by experience, but deep processing as opposed to shallow processing involves how it's sequenced, how the language input is sequenced, and then how the learner is taken from producing quite narrow responses up to much more conversationally appropriate Spanish. And you'll see right now how quickly you can learn Spanish with this approach. Advanced learners, you may want to fast forward to the time frame on the screen now, otherwise stick with us for the extra practice. Okay, so let's get started. To say another coffee in Spanish, another coffee, it's otro café, otro café. Fairly straightforward. Another coffee, otro café. What do you think it would mean if I said otro yogur, otro yogur? Another yogurt. Otro tomate, another tomato. How about otro accidente? What would that be? Otro accidente, another accident. And how about otro error? Otro error, another mistake. Literally, it would be another error, but we'd probably say another mistake. Otro error. Okay, and back to what we started with initially. Otro café. Otro café, another coffee. Okay, we're going to introduce two more words now, and if you're an absolute beginner, a complete beginner, then don't worry at all about trying to retain these. The way I'll work the lesson is that you'll automatically pick it up as you go along. So if you notice that initially you can't keep them in your head, do not worry about that. The way this deep process and approach works is that by the end of the lesson, you'll be using these structures fluently. So our two new words are I need and I want. I need and I want. Necesito, quiero. Necesito, quiero. So I need, necesito. That's fairly easy to remember. And I want, quiero. Quiero starts with a key, quiero. So think of wanting the key. So I need, necesito, and I want, quiero. Necesito, quiero. And I'll just leave those two words on the screen in case you need a bit of extra support to remember them. Okay, so necesito, I need, and quiero, I want. Okay, I want you to listen to the phrases that are going to come up now and read at the same time. If at all possible, then read along with me and see if you can work out what the sentences mean. Quiero otro café. I want another coffee. I want another coffee. And quiero, as well as being I want, we would use it to say I'd like. I'd like another coffee. So it's not impolite to say quiero. Quiero otro café. I want another coffee, or I'd like another coffee. It serves the same purpose. Quiero otro té. Quiero otro té. I'd like or I want another tea. Quiero otro yogur. Quiero otro yogur. I'd like another yogurt. Necesito otro tomate. Necesito otro tomate. I need another tomato. Necesito otro limón. Necesito otro limón. I need another lemon. Quiero otro mango. Quiero otro mango. I'd like another mango. No quiero otro accidente. No quiero otro accidente. I don't want no want. I don't want another accident. No quiero otro error. No quiero otro error. I don't want another mistake. I don't want another error. Okay, so now it's your turn. How would you say, I need another coffee? I need another coffee. Necesito otro café. Necesito otro café. And if you're new to ProSpanish, just make sure that you pause the video in between my question and my answer, because you need to give yourself some processing time, some thinking time to answer it for yourself before I do. So, necesito otro café. I need another coffee. How about, I need another lemon. Necesito otro limón. Necesito otro limón. How about, I want another mango. Quiero otro mango. Quiero otro mango. Now if we want to say I don't want, it appeared a few minutes ago. I don't want, we just start with no. No want. So I want is quiero. I don't want is no quiero. I need is necesito. I don't need is no necesito. How would you say, I don't need another accident? I don't need another accident. What would that be? No necesito otro accidente. No necesito otro accidente. How about, I don't want another mistake. No quiero otro error. No quiero otro error. And we'll just take a quick pause there while I mention our very popular Levels 1 to 6 course. This takes the complete beginner or a near beginner right up to a conversational level of Spanish in a series of very easy to follow steps. All the lessons on this YouTube channel are supplementary, whereas the core Levels 1 to 6 is very much a step-by-step program delivered by the same teacher as all the other videos on the ProSpanish YouTube channel. And while the style is very similar to what you'll be used to from these videos on the channel, the key difference is that every lesson carefully builds on the previous lessons so that you can really feel that progress of going from very little or no Spanish up to a level where you can confidently hold a conversation in Spanish. So again, that's available exclusively from prospanish.co.uk. So what was I want again? Quiero. Quiero. I want. But what about if you want to ask somebody if they want something? Would you like? Or do you want? Then it's quieres. Quieres. So I want, quiero, and then in an O. But do you want or would you like is quieres. Quieres. Would you like? Quieres. What do you think it means if I say, ¿Quieres otro tomate? Would you like another tomato, or do you want another tomato? How about, ¿Quieres otro accidente? Do you want another accident? ¿Quieres otro accidente? Would you like another accident? How would you ask, would you like another coffee? ¿Quieres otro café? ¿Quieres otro café? How about, would you like another tea? And if in case you've forgotten, tea is té. So would you like another tea? What would that be? ¿Quieres otro té? ¿Quieres otro té? Would you like, do you want another tea? How would you ask, would you like another yogurt? ¿Quieres otro yogur? ¿Quieres otro yogur? And what if we want to ask, would you like another one? So instead of repeating, would you like another coffee? If it's obvious what we're talking about, we would like to just say, would you like another one? And to say that, it's exactly the same. We just say, would you like another? So another one is the same as another. So how would you say, would you like another one? ¿Quieres otro? ¿Quieres otro? How about, I don't want another one? What would that be? I don't want another one. No quiero otro. No quiero otro. I don't want another one. How about, I need another one? I need another one. Necesito otro. Necesito otro. I need another one. Have a look and a listen to this very short little phrase with 2-letter words. No sé si. No sé si. No sé si. No sé si. Just try saying it a few times before you even know what it means. No sé si. No sé si. No sé si. And no sé si means I don't know if. So a very short phrase, saying quite a lot. No sé si, I don't know if. I don't know if. What part of the phrase do you think is I don't know? No sé. No sé, I don't know. And so si is if. So I don't know if. No sé si. No sé si. I don't know if. What do you think it means if I say, no sé si necesito otro? No sé si necesito otro. I don't know if I need another one. I don't know if I need another one. No sé si necesito otro. How would you say, I don't know if I want? So just the I don't know if that you've just seen, and I want. How would we say that? I don't know if I want. No sé si quiero. No sé si quiero. How would we say, I don't know if I want another coffee? No sé si quiero otro café. No sé si quiero otro café. How about, I don't know if I want another accident. I don't know if I want another accident. No sé si quiero otro accidente. No sé si quiero otro accidente. How about, I don't know if I want another one. So, in other words, I don't know if I want another. What would that be? No sé si quiero otro. No sé si quiero otro. So, no sé si, I don't know if. Quiero, I want. Otro, another one. No sé si quiero otro. What do you think this means? Otra pizza. Otra pizza. Another pizza. Otra ensalada. Another salad. Otra agua. Another water. Otra cerveza. You might not know that. Another beer. Otra cerveza, por favor. Another beer, please. Otra cerveza. So if you look at all of those, otra pizza, otra ensalada, there's one little difference. Before we learnt otro café. Otro café. and otro ended in an O because café is a masculine word. And if you look at all of these words, pizza, ensalada, and agua, cerveza, they all end in an A, and they are feminine words. So our another has to agree with that. It has to be feminine as well. So it just goes from otro to otra. If you make a mistake around this, it doesn't matter at all, but it's fairly straightforward to get right. So otra pizza, because pizza ends in A, it's feminine, and so otro has to change to otra. Okay, so try without seeing now. How would you say another pizza? Otra pizza. How about another water? Otra agua. And cerveza was beer, so how do you say another beer? Please, how about another beer, please? Otra cerveza, por favor. Otra cerveza, por favor. How would you say, I don't want another beer? No quiero otra cerveza. No quiero otra cerveza. How about, would you like another water? Would you like another water? And if you remember, would you like or do you want is quieres, quieres. So how would you say, would you like another water? ¿Quieres otra agua? ¿Quieres otra agua? And can you remember how we said, I don't know if? Don't worry if you can't remember it. I don't know if. No sé si. No sé si. I don't know if. No sé si. How would you say, I don't know if I want another beer? No sé si quiero otra cerveza. No sé si quiero otra cerveza. How about, I don't know if I need another beer? No sé si necesito otra cerveza. No sé si necesito otra cerveza. And a quick reminder before we move on to the advanced part of this lesson, prospanish.co.uk is where you can download the full Levels 1 to 6 course, which will take you from beginner to a conversational level of Spanish. Okay, so for this more advanced part, I'm assuming that there's some level of vocabulary already there. We'll just put a few things up now, just in case. Hablar inglés is to speak English. Bailar, to dance. Tocar el piano, to play the piano. Conducir, to drive. We'll just leave that vocabulary there so everybody can access this part of the lesson. If we want to say he can speak Spanish, we say sabe hablar inglés. Sabe hablar inglés. Now this more literally means he knows to speak English. So sabe hablar inglés. He can speak English. He knows to speak English. How would we say he or she can drive? He or she can drive. What would that be? Sabe conducir. Sabe conducir. He or she can drive. He or she knows to drive. Now, many of you will know that the actual word for he or she can is puede. Puede means he or she is able to, he or she can. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because it's not the main aim of this lesson. But basically, if it's a skill, so in English, if we say he or she can or I can, and it's a skill that's been learnt, like speaking English, playing the piano, driving, even dancing, it's a skill that's been learnt, then we use the verb saber, to know. how to do something. And if it's something not to do with having learnt a skill, so it might be, I can't dance because I've got a bad back. That's very different from knowing how to dance. So that would use no puedo, I can't. No puedo bailar. But as I just said, that's not the main objective of this lesson. We're going to focus on things that use saber. So sabe hablar inglés. He knows he can speak English. So he can speak English. So how would we say he can or she can play the piano? Sabe tocar el piano. Sabe tocar el piano. And of course, with a negative, we just put no before it. How would we say she can't speak Spanish? No sabe hablar inglés. And that would be she can't speak English. So let's have again. She can't speak Spanish. No sabe hablar español. No sabe hablar español. Okay, let's insert a unit, a block of language at the beginning. And we're going to have conozco a alguien que. Conozco a alguien que. Conozco a alguien is I know someone. Conozco a alguien que. I know someone who. It might translate a bit more like I know someone that can do these things. I know someone who. Conozco a alguien que. So we can say conozco a alguien que sabe hablar inglés. Conozco a alguien que sabe hablar inglés. So let's split that into two. Conozco a alguien que. I know someone who. And then what we've already been using. Sabe hablar inglés. Can speak English. Have a look at these phrases. Have a listen. And try to read along with me and work out what they mean. Conozco a alguien que sabe tocar el piano. Conozco a alguien que sabe tocar el piano. I know someone who can play the piano. Conozco a alguien que sabe hablar español. Conozco a alguien que sabe hablar español. I know someone who can speak Spanish. Conozco a alguien que sabe conducir. Conozco a alguien que sabe conducir. I know someone who can drive. I know someone who can drive. Conozco a alguien que sabe conducir. How about with a negative? Conozco a alguien que no sabe bailar. Conozco a alguien que no sabe bailar. I know someone who can't dance, who doesn't know how to dance. How about conozco a alguien que no sabe hablar inglés. Conozco a alguien que no sabe hablar inglés. I know someone who can't speak English. I know someone who can't speak English. Conozco a alguien que no sabe hablar inglés. Okay, so let's see how you get on with this. How would we say I know someone? Let's just start with that, see if you can remember. I know someone. Conozco a alguien. So how would we say I know someone who can drive? Conozco a alguien que sabe conducir. What about I know somebody who can dance really well. And really well will just be very well muy bien. Muy bien. So how would we say, I know someone who can dance really well? Conozco a alguien que sabe bailar muy bien. Conozco a alguien que sabe bailar muy bien. How about, I know someone who can speak English really well. Conozco a alguien que sabe hablar inglés muy bien. Conozco a alguien que sabe hablar inglés muy bien. So if conozco is I know, as in I know someone, conozco, how would you say I don't know? No conozco. No conozco. I don't know. No conozco, and then whoever it might be. I don't know Maria. No conozco a María. I don't know Pablo. No conozco a Pablo. I don't know. No conozco. And if we want to say, I don't know anyone, in Spanish we have to use a double negative and say, I don't know nobody. I don't know no one. A double negative. And nobody is nadie. Nadie. So how would you say, I don't know anyone? I don't know nobody. What would that be? No conozco a nadie. No conozco a nadie. I don't know nobody. I don't know anyone. No conozco a nadie. And we could say, no conozco a nadie aquí. I don't know anyone here. Or no conozco a nadie en España. I don't know anyone in Spain. So no conozco a nadie. So how would we say, I don't know anyone who can play the piano? I don't know anyone who can play the piano. What would that be? And I need to interrupt you straight away because we will not be able to use the same structure as before. We won't be able to say, no conozco a nadie que sabe. We can't say that. And the reason is that if we don't know who the person is, if the person is an unknown or maybe doesn't exist at all, we have to use the subjunctive. So if ever you have, I don't know someone, I don't know anyone who can, that can will always be subjunctive. I don't know anyone who can speak Chinese. I don't know anyone who can run under a 4-minute mile. So when it's an I don't know anyone who can, that can will always be a subjunctive because the person is not known or just doesn't exist. We don't know that because they're not known, so we don't know whether they don't exist at all or whether we just don't know who they are. And that's part of the subjunctive, is the not existing, it not being a fact, or just not knowing. So sabe is he or she can, he or she knows, and the subjunctive of that is sepa, sepa. So our structure would go, if we want to say, I don't know anyone who can, no conozco a nadie que sepa, let's say, conducir bien. I don't know anyone who can drive well. No conozco a nadie que sepa conducir bien. So read along, listen to these examples, and try to work out their meaning as well. No conozco a nadie que sepa tocar la guitarra. I don't know anyone who can play the guitar. No conozco a nadie que sepa hablar chino. No conozco a nadie que sepa hablar chino. I don't know anyone who can speak Chinese. No conozco a nadie que sepa tocar el piano bien. I don't know anyone who can play the piano well. No conozco a nadie que sepa apreciarme. I don't know anyone who can appreciate me or who knows how to appreciate me. No conozco a nadie que sepa apreciarme. How about no conozco a nadie que sepa montar a caballo? No conozco a nadie que sepa montar a caballo. I don't know anyone who can ride a horse. Okay, so let's see how you get on producing some of this language. So, to begin with, how do we say, I don't know anyone? No conozco a nadie. I don't know anyone who. No conozco a nadie que. How about, I don't know anybody who can. No conozco a nadie que sepa, whatever it might be. No conozco a nadie que sepa, whatever. So how would we say, I don't know anyone who can speak Chinese. No conozco a nadie que sepa hablar chino. No conozco a nadie que sepa hablar chino. How about, I don't know anyone who can play the piano. No conozco a nadie que sepa tocar el piano. No conozco a nadie que sepa tocar el piano. How about, I don't know anyone who can drive. No conozco a nadie que sepa conducir. No conozco a nadie que sepa conducir. So we started with, I know someone who can. Now if you know the person, if the person's identified, then it's just your normal indicative, your normal sabe. He or she can, he or she knows. If the person that follows this phrase, so we call it the subordinate clause, the clause that comes afterwards. So if it's I don't know anyone who can do this, if the person is unknown or doesn't exist, then we use the subjunctive. In this case, sepa. He or she can, he or she knows. But it's best not to get too much into the abstract with this and to focus on the structure itself, which has so many applications already. So, no conozco a nadie que will always be followed by the subjunctive. So how about instead of saying no conozco a nadie que sepa something, how about no conozco a nadie que tenga un elefante? I don't know anyone who has an elephant. So, has, the subjunctive, he or she has, is tenga, tenga. So, no conozco a nadie que, we know it has to be the subjunctive. So, tenga, I don't know anyone who has, and in my silly example, un elefante. No conozco a nadie que tenga un elefante. And what would it mean if I said, no conozco a nadie que tenga dos coches? No conozco a nadie que tenga dos coches. I don't know anyone who has two cars. How would you say, I don't know anyone who has a piano? No conozco a nadie que tenga un piano. No conozco a nadie que tenga un piano. How about I don't know anyone who has a boat? A boat, un barco. So how would you say that? No conozco a nadie que tenga un barco. No conozco a nadie que tenga un barco. How about I don't know anyone who's got so much money. I don't know anyone who's got so much money. And so much is tanto. Tanto. So how would you say that? No conozco a nadie que tenga tanto dinero. No conozco a nadie que tenga tanto dinero. And that concludes today's Pro-Spanish lesson. As mentioned earlier, if you're looking to become a confident and a competent speaker of Spanish, head over to prospanish.co.uk where you can download the full Levels 1 to 6 course.